Welcome to the Rob and Kale podcast. Rob Sanders.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Kale Carolina Jackpot Hall.
And fuck you. Who's next?
The Rob and Kale podcast.
Let's go.
Welcome into the Rob and Kale podcast. I'm Rob Sanders. I'm in Columbia, South Carolina. My buddy is in the upstate. He is, of course, the #1 Gamecock YouTuber on the planet. It is his pleasure that you are here. Carolina Jackpot, Kale Hall. What's up, buddy?
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing this wonderful hump day evening? A little bit cool outside. Starting to see some folks show up. There's only 2 people in here a while ago, and we had 1 thumbs up, so I gave it a second thumbs up. So if you're watching, please hit the thumbs up. And if you're new around here, stay true around here. Hit the subscribe button.
Jackpot, you know, I play as the Clemson supporter on this show, but I have a gift for you Gamecock fans. I'm serious. I've got an actual gift for you Gamecock fans that we're going to add to our wonderful Soundbank library here.
All right.
And anytime that the Gamecocks do something that is worthy of it, like, you know, if they, I don't know, they get a what we'll do for all football wins, because all wins are important. But if they do something big, we're going to play this clip.
This is a giant cock.
Exactly.
That'd be cool if you could do that. This is a giant cock with a Todd Ellis. Boom.
I don't want, I mean, do I have to play Todd Ellis on the program? Because, you know,
If you get all that meshed together, it would be absolutely magnifico.
I'm a giving person, but I mean, I think this is giving enough. Why not just be this?
This is a giant cock.
Boom.
Well, then you have to be the guy that does the boom there. So yeah, I tell you why, because if we play any of the play-by-play stuff from South Carolina, they're going to come back and bite us, and we don't need that. We don't need to have to call Stephen P. New to help us with a lawsuit from the university, because they are assholes about that. So Dalton says he'd rather, but see, everybody wants to hear this, right? I mean, you know, who doesn't want to hear this?
This is a giant cock.
Boom.
There you go.
Sancho says, Jackpot drink too much peanut butter whiskey to make it to the show Sunday. Yeah, matter of fact, drank so much that it bled over to Rob and we didn't even have a show.
Yeah. No, Sunday was Easter. We don't do a show on Easter. Bible Belt says he won't play that on the rundown. No, I will not. I'm trying to stay employed. That'll get me fired absolutely quickly. I'll play the this is a giant though. I'll do that. But anyway, there's my gift to Gamecock fans. I mean, a nice anytime the Gamecocks do something good, and it isn't going to be determined when I think it's good. Jackpot can have it in the mix too. If you know the Gamecocks do something that he feels worthy.
This is a giant cock.
There you go. I'm
like
giving.
a last minute touchdown pass against Vanderbilt. You hit that.
This is a giant cock.
There you go. Like that big baseball series win against Texas, you hit that.
Oh yeah, damn it! Hold on.
This is a giant cock.
I've got it here. I've got to put it on the actual soundboard, but I've got it ready to go. So yeah, it's gonna be.
Will Muschamp gets fired.
This is a giant cock.
This is a jobless cock.
This is he's not a cock anymore. He's a damn ankle biter over there with the fucking Georgia.
This is a giant cock.
Anyway. So there you go with that. Sancho says Rob's never heard a girl say that before. What? Okay. Whatever. RMF Todd has heard that peanut butter whiskey is good with grape fancy. Holy fucking shit. That can't be real. Hold on. Let's ask the wife about that. Do you think peanut butter whiskey is good with grape Fanta? Karen K. Do you think peanut butter whiskey is good with grape Fanta? Oh, the wife says it tastes like peanut butter and jelly.
Okay.
Thomas asked, "Where did I find that?" What did I find that on? Is a question. That is Julianne Moore from the film Boogie Nights. Boogie Nights. That's what that's from.
This is a giant cock.
What a great line. Anyway, so there you go, Gamecock fans. Something for you guys that I give to the show. I mean, I'm a giver here. All right, let's thank our sponsors, Callaway's Bar and Grill, Callaway'sBarandGrill.com. Be sure to go by and check them out. They got a big tomorrow. They've got the Larceny bourbon tasting there at Callaway's. So for $75, you get a bottle of Callaway's Larceny liquor.
How's that differ from the junior varsity bourbon challenge?
It's larceny, not varsity, sir. Larceny, as in like stealing shit. Larceny is the name of the bourbon. I don't know. They named it Larceny. Fuck, I don't know.
Varsity? Oh, okay.
No, Larceny. Larceny.
Larceny. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, I was like, are you fucking with me? That's the name of it. Anyway, you get a bottle of the Larceny, a barbecue dinner, charcuterie, 5 drinks, and some surprises. It's from 7 to 9 o'clock. Callaway's Bar and Grill, West Columbia, Highway 1, diagonal from the Walmart. Go and drink you some good bourbon. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Go out and have some bourbon at Callaway's. They also sponsor our Pick'em Challenge and our college football contest that we do every year. So we appreciate them for.
We beat Winthrop tonight. Can you hit it one more time?
Oh, you beat Winthrop? Okay.
This is a giant cock.
There you go. All right. So we also have a story time with Uncle Jackpot as we get some stories from Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. Tell us a story there, Jackpot.
It sucks to be a Gamecock. Our fan base is happy about. It sucks to be a Gamecock. Our fan base is happy as hell about a spring game. We are a total.
This is a giant cock.
It sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
That message courtesy of Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. Appreciate Dennis sponsoring the show. All right, so a couple of comments here. The comrade checks into the chat room. Who knew the comrade could type? I had no clue. I thought he was incapable of that. He says, bold prediction, the Gamecock offense will finish more than 10 spots ahead of the Clemson offense in total yard rankings by the end of the season. I don't think that's that bold, sir. You're watching the podcast, you know what I think about the Clemson offense. It's a shithole.
Well, I think the Clemson offense is going to have plenty of chances this year because I think the Clemson defense should shut down most of the taffy opposition on that schedule.
I think that's fair. Carolina Titan says, Rob, even though not much was displayed in the Gamecock spring game, did your thoughts about that matchup in Death Valley change? Nope. Nope. Not a winnable game for South Carolina. Sorry. There's a bold. That's not really a bold prediction. It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. There you go with that. All right. So here's what we got, Jackpot. I've got some bold predictions here. I'm going to throw some of them at you. These are from SI.com. And you tell me whether or not it's going to work. Then we'll take some phone calls. Here is the first one. The first one is LSU doesn't reach 500. Here's what to say about that. Brian Kelly, 14-14 in his career against top 25 ranked teams. He's going to play some top 25 teams this year.
Yeah, I mean, has he ever had a? Has he ever finished below 500 before? I mean, let's see. I mean, the schedule. Let me just see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I could see them winning 6. This person said they win less than 6.
Yeah, it says LSU doesn't reach 500. I think they'll. I think they'll go
No,
6.
I think they start the season out 4-0, and then they go to Auburn. I mean, what did the FPI? Who was it? Had them ranked number 10? Auburn.
Yep.
Shit.
Yep. These are all right. So we're not buying that.
I'm just looking at the schedule. I think. I mean, what's LSU's biggest question mark this year?
Quarterback.
I mean, who are we looking?
Fucking depth.
Second depth. Who are we looking at as a starter?
I don't think they figured it out yet, to be honest with you. But we'll see.
I mean, I could see LSU. I see them beating Florida State, Southern. I see them winning at home against Mississippi State. I see them probably eking out a win against New Mexico. I think they beat Tennessee. I think they go to Florida. That's a toss-up. And then they just got to win one. I mean, the rest of them are kind of tough. The Alabama game at home, the road game at Arkansas, the road game at A&M. They got a home game against UAB. That's not a gimme. But I think they win 6 or 7 games. So, yeah.
All right. So you and I both are not on that one. The next one is Southern Cal wins 10 games. First season with old Stinkin' Riley, which is what we're going to refer to him as on the show, Stinkin' Riley.
I hope he gets. I hope he gets the. I don't. I hope that they lose 10 games. Fuck him in that toxic environment that he put poor Spencer Rattler through. And I mean, fuck him for leaving Oklahoma for that. I mean, what? I mean, I don't fuck that play. Fuck him. I can't. I can't fathom that. Why would you stab JR in the back and go?
I'll buy that.
So 10-2. Okay, they start out at home. They start out the game at home against Rice. So they're 1-0. They go to Stanford. That's 2-0. Fresno State at home. I don't know. Let's say 3-0. They go on the road to the Beeve. That's a loss. 3-1. At home against Arizona State. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they beat Utah. I don't think they beat Notre Dame. USC, I don't know, or UCLA, I don't know about. I mean, Arizona's a shithole. Cal's a shithole. Colorado's a shithole. But some of these other ones, Stanford could be improved. I mean, it's time for David Shaw to start earning his keep around there as well. He's fallen off big time recently.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't think they're winning 10 games either. Stinkin' Riley's not going to make it happen. Sancho says you should thank Stinkin' Riley, Jackpot, because if he didn't not watch Spencer Rattler's back, then Spencer Rattler would probably still be in Oklahoma. So maybe you should be a Stinkin' Riley fan.
Yeah, I mean, that's valid, I guess.
So, yeah, there's that. All right, next one is Auburn fires Brian Harsin. I think he's fucking shit canned as soon as they can get him out of there. They hate his ass.
Yeah, I could definitely see that coming. He's got. I mean, they wanted to fire. I mean, they already wanted to fire him. They already tried to.
Home games are against Penn State, LSU, Arkansas, and Texas A&M. Road trips to Georgia, Ole Miss, and Alabama.
See, I got to get my magazines and stuff because I don't know what any of these teams have coming back. I don't know what what Penn State's got coming back, even though it's one of my adopted team. I don't know what they got coming back. I don't think that Auburn's beating them. In fact, I'm surprised that game last year was as close as it was. They got San Jose State at home in week 2. That's interesting.
It might be, yeah.
San Jose's had some decent teams. Got a home game against Mizzou in week 4. I hope Missouri beats the shit out of them. But I don't know that's going to happen. These other games, this SEC West, this Ole Miss and Arkansas and A&M, all these are tough games, man. I just don't see them winning.
Yeah. I mean, so you think they fire him, right? Are we going down that road?
Yeah, I think he's done.
Right,
I really don't understand. I don't understand the hire. I don't understand why. I don't ever understand why he was brought there. He's not a fit. I mean, it's like I mean, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit at all. I mean, it's like
he's like I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. He's like I don't know. We'll come up with some way that he's not a good fit.
I don't know. It's like somebody off the cast of The Sopranos walking out at the beginning of an episode of Hee Haw or something.
Yeah, that's a good example.
I mean, it makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Tony Soprano trying to dance on Hee Haw. That's
Roy Clark.
There. We're showing our age, Jackpot, talking about fucking Hee Haw. Anybody under the age of 30 is going to be like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? what is fucking Hee Haw? Jesus. Oh, man, we're completely... If you don't know what Hee Haw is over there in the chat room, Google it. We're not going to fucking explain it to you. But hell, The Sopranos is almost to a point where people don't know what the fuck that is. But definitely a late reference. But all right, couple more here. Texas A&M beats Alabama again. I say Alabama is going to mouth pump them.
I don't see it happening. When's the last time Nick Saban lost the same team 2 years in a row?
I don't know. I did find out today that, and I shared this on the rundown, but it's a great story where the loser of the spring game at Alabama, their meal afterwards is beanie weenies and white bread, and then the rest of the winning team gets like a full meal. But no, you lost. You get fucking beanie weenies and white bread. That's all you get if you lose the spring game.
Oh gosh.
Oh man. Anyway, Brock says everyone knows about The Sopranos. Okay, but do you know about Hee Haw? Fucking Hee Haw reference on the show. Holy shit. All right, and then the final one. I think Jackpot and I both will agree on this, and we'll start taking calls. Clemson misses the college football playoff again. I say yes. Until it happens, until they prove me wrong, and I'll be happy to eat that crow with a side of mustard. But Clemson offense is the shits, and I think they're going to run through that schedule. They'll probably lose to Notre Dame, and I think they'll probably lose the ACC championship game against Pittsburgh, because the more and more I read about Pittsburgh, the more and more I fucking like. So Tennessee
Pittsburgh's supposed to be tough this year.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of guys coming back, and Kadon Slovis is going to be putting that offense together. I think that I think they slipped by Clemson right now. That's my prediction on April the 20th, but we'll see.
A lot of people are high on Miami this year.
I don't know about Miami. I tell you what, wouldn't it be cool? would it be cool if Miami went in week 3 and went into Texas A&M with the 12th man and basically broke off a third leg in them?
Yeah, that'd be some damn Gamecock shit right there, wouldn't it? Against South Carolina can't fucking do shit against them, and then Miami goes out there and hadn't ever played them like fucking ever. Maybe I don't know if they've ever played. Probably at some point, but it has been years. And beats them. That'd be just about some shit we do.
Well, wouldn't surprise me at all. I just, and once again, until Jimbo Fisher proves it to me, I mean, I just don't. Not
Elijah
buying it.
Allen, he knows some of the lyrics there. Why, oh, why aren't you here tonight? That's not exactly how it went, but it's pretty close. It was, where, oh, where are you tonight? Why didn't you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and thought I found true love. You met another and you were gone.
Now you can tell it's the off season. We're fucking singing the theme to Hee Haw. What is wrong with us? 803-470-2905. I agree with SEC Dog. If Jimbo Fisher goes 7-5, they may call Jackpot to coach that fucking team. Yeah.
Carolina Titans says Jackpot. Do you think we have a chance to be the best running back room in the SEC? Oh, well, there's a chance. I mean, you got a block for them though. So
Exactly. All right, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905.
Bible Belt Beauty says Van Dyke is overrated.
I think he means Van Dyke, the quarterback Van Dyke. That's his name.
Well, he was like the third stringer last year, wasn't he? Behind De'Aaron King. Where's the name you hadn't heard in a while?
De'Aaron King was 5'6". I don't know how he was a starting quarterback in the ACC. I really don't. Like, he was listed at 5'9", but I stood next to him at ACC kickoff, and he's shorter than I am. And the United States military said I was 5'9" at one point. He's shorter than I am. He's a little fellow. So, anyway, Delta 900 says the Bonham Trophy comes home to South Carolina. Jackpot, if the Gamecocks get the Bonham Trophy, you know what that means.
This is a giant cock.
Exactly.
It's never been to South Carolina before.
I think they bring it when they play here in case they have to leave it, but it's more like a dick tease. It's like, oh, look what you guys could have. Yeah.
They probably say, just leave that thing on the plane. We're not going to have to. We're not going to have to do it.
Yeah.
What if we actually did beat it? Like, oh, somebody go fucking find that thing.
Yeah, well, they probably leave it at Texas A&M, and then the thought is that if they have to give it up, they'll just ship it. Oh, what the fuck happened here? We fired our coach because we lost here. We didn't think that shit was going to happen.
Let me broke
into about 8 pieces.
SEC Dog says South Carolina fans need to support Beamer, in my opinion. I think he's doing a great job there. I'm not trolling either. Thank you.
I kind of agree with you. So,
you think his approval rating is higher than William Boone Muschamp's?
Oh, Jackpot. That's not even. People fucking hated Muschamp from the beginning. I mean, literally, the only people who really liked fucking Muschamp were the comrade, and that's it. I think you liked him for about 2 days. Then it was like you were fuck him too.
I tried to support him. I liked him. I was with him all the way up till that North Carolina loss, and then I had it with him.
Skyland Reed Davis says, do you think Clemson will fire Monty Lee if Clemson misses the postseason since he hasn't gotten out of a regional? I mean, they can't fire him. He's fucking 5-0 against the SEC. I mean, shit. You're going to fire a guy that went 5-0 against the SEC? How does that happen? Nah, he's not going to get fired. Went 5-0 against them, but can't beat goddamn shitpo Notre Dame. Stupid ass.
They just won an SEC or an ACC series this weekend for the first time all year.
Yeah, they beat Wake Forest. Bluegrass Sports Media says Mark Stoops is a top 5 coach in America. He's not a top. I mean, seriously, you really believe that? Okay. He's not a top 5 coach in his conference. But all right.
I would think he's probably the second best coach in the East right now.
Yeah, I could buy that. All right, let's take calls 803-470-2905 and answer the phone. All right, welcome into the program. Good evening.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
How are you?
Doing pretty good. Yeah, this is Philly fan. Yeah, basically, I don't know. I just tuned in, but were you guys talking about the about the Gamecocks?
You called up, brother. Whatever you want to talk about. This is an open show. Do whatever you want.
So I got to tell you this, you and Jackpot. South Carolina looked pretty good Saturday. I like the way that Antoine Wells. I like how he seems to be a game changer. Spencer Rattler, obviously he can still throw the ball. Marshawn Lloyd, that was some type of NFL agility on that one play. Do you guys have the same high hopes?
I think that we were talking about the South Carolina running back room earlier and about how it could possibly be the best in the SEC. You know, the one problem that I have with the South Carolina running back room is that there aren't going to be enough carries for everyone. I mean,
No.
I like Juju McDowell. I like Marshawn Lloyd. The young man coming in from Wake Forest is a good running back too. There's not going to be enough carries. That's the biggest problem that that running back room is going to have. Who's going to get?
Because you know Spencer Rattler's going to throw the ball around a lot too. So maybe he hit some play action stuff. Maybe he hit some of these kids out of the backfield. You know, get that in there a lot.
I could see that. Maybe and Juju McDowell is a guy that can catch the ball out there too. And then Jaheim Bell didn't even play. I mean, he tore up that North Carolina defense. So I don't know.
He disrupted that defense.
Two notes that I have is one is the transfer portal. That's always going to be a concern. Like you're saying, all those running backs may not get enough touches, and they may know that. So I hate to say it, I don't want to lose any of them, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we lose one or two, because some of those guys are just so high quality. Like Juju McDowell, for instance. I mean, he could probably be productive anywhere. But and my other note too is I just can't recall seeing a South Carolina offense, even though it was just a spring game, being that lethal. I mean, that it just really looked like a potent offense, something that I feel like South Carolina we haven't seen in a long time.
Well, respectfully on that though, the game, I don't think that Clayton White was out there throwing exotic blitzes and all the other stuff that he would normally do. So I mean, I don't really know for sure. I mean, to be honest with you, I do think they're going to be better. I mean, just having a guy that can make throws under center. And who was talking earlier about Jason Brown playing quarterback last year? Yeah, if you watch the Virginia Tech spring game, he didn't look very good. And Gamecocks were having to roll out there, and then a guy that's 37 years old. So, I mean, they're going to have an actual legitimate starting quarterback, and that should help them. It really should.
I'll be at all the home games. It should be a fun season either way, however it shakes out.
Exactly.
All right, buddy. Hey, I appreciate you calling the show. You have a good night.
Yeah, you guys too. Bye.
Right,
Jason Brown had that little 360 little spin move.
That move, I renamed that move Jackpot. It's not a spin move, it's Jackpot Liver Killer. That move made you drink. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
How's it going, guys? Bluegrass Sports Media.
Hello, Bluegrass Sports Media.
I have a legitimate and a legitimate question that you probably could answer, Rob.
Okay.
So, a friend and I were having this debate. You're into powerlifting, right?
Yes, a little bit. I don't do it as much anymore, but I was, yeah.
Okay. So if you told someone that you deadlifted 500 pounds, right?
Yep.
And then it turns out you deadlifted 500 pounds on a hex bar, is that the same? Is that legitimate?
It all depends on if it's a competition bar. It's whatever they use in the competition. So that's kind of how I look at it. If you pick 500 pounds off the floor, it's still 500 pounds off the floor.
Don't you think it's kind of misleading?
I know that I lift more with the hex bar. That's the bar that bends, right?
No, the hex bar is the one that goes around you.
Around you.
It's like you step into it and it's got handles.
Oh no, I don't. No. I don't consider that deadlifting. I don't consider that deadlifting
No,
at all
I didn't
because you
either.
can use. No, I'm thinking that there's different bars that they use in competition. So, but yeah, there's that.
Okay. I just wanted to clear that up because you kind of do that competition as like a, I don't know if you consider it a hobby as a thing like that, but
I just did it because I wanted to do it and I like lifting weights. But no, I never like people do that the what you're talking about just to train, but you never see that in a competition where people are actually power lifting. There's not any of that in a competition.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah. I would like to say that I actually think South Carolina's going to actually be pretty good this year, Jackpot. And I got to give you that. I think they're going to be pretty good.
This is a giant cock.
I certainly hope so. It's about time.
They've been shitty for a while now. Jackpot's due for an 8-4 season, and a real 8-4 season, not that hollowed out Easter egg of a season they had where Muschamp went 8-4. I mean, a real 8-4 season. Jackpot's due for that.
I mean, you guys probably got a top 2 talent at quarterback in the SEC, and Spencer Rattler. I mean, he's uber talented. I don't know how your offensive line is going to play, but you have the talent at quarterback, and that's a lot of the battle.
According to Richard Dick Long, the offensive line is horrendous.
And you know, I do it sometimes too, but how the fuck do we know? Like, most of the people in this comment section can't tell you the difference between a 3 technique and a damn 0. Like, they don't know what the hell an offensive line is supposed to look like.
What you're saying makes sense, but if you go by the fact that they had the SEC's leading rusher, and the majority of that offensive line returned, and then they bring in the fat Art Anderson, as Jackpot says, and they fucking forgot how to block. They just fucking forgot.
Horrendous.
I mean, so it's kind of hard to pin how an line's going to do. Now, you could be the optimist and say, you know what, they're going to have their second year under the fat Art Anderson, and they're going to know how to spine buster some motherfuckers now.
Well, the thing is, fat Art Anderson was the offensive line coach at Marshall prior, and I mean, they had one of the leading rushing attacks in the country.
Yeah, but Marshall's in West Virginia, and that's full of hillbillies, Jackpot. You can't take that seriously.
No, I mean,
and also, Jackpot, you guys went from probably, I mean, Wolford was he's probably one of the best offensive line coaches in the country. It's going to be hard to replace that guy. Like, he went to Kentucky, and then Alabama stole him. That shows you how good he is.
Yeah.
Look, you've also got on this end of it too. Will Muschamp forgot to recruit offensive linemen and quarterbacks and wide receivers. I mean, there wasn't a real game-changing guy to come in for that. So, you know, I hate trying to put stuff that's still at Will Muschamp's feet, but you know what? It is his fucking fault. It's his fault that the damn offensive line is where they're at. I mean, it really is.
So you're saying Will Muschamp, Jimbo Fisher, South Carolina?
I don't know about that. I mean, it wasn't like Will Muschamp was a cuck and watched his wife fuck a Clemson trainer. It wasn't some shit like that. That's not what happened to
I
Will
was meaning-
Muschamp. He was just a shithole.
I was meaning in the sense he didn't recruit offensive linemen, but
Yeah.
we took a little further than that.
Well, I mean, but there you go with that. All right. Well, anything else?
Recruited Jordan Birch.
Does Jordan Birch play on the offensive line?
I mean, he's probably going to do as much on the offensive line as the defensive line this year.
Jordan Birch play at all?
Yeah, Jordan Birch doesn't play at all.
I didn't see him do shit the other night.
Was he even on? I don't think he was on the field the other night. He didn't make the spreadsheet. I mean, Jackpot had the same amount of tackles in the spring game as Jordan Birch did. So
the odd thing about it is his teammate Alex Huntley has turned out to be the much better player.
Mark Stoops is fifth best coach in the country. No big deal. But
I mean, if you believe that, I can't help you. But so
hold on, Rob. How are you going to say he's the fifth best coach in our conference? Who's better than him besides Saban and Kirby?
Saban, Kirby Smart, Lane Kiffin. I like the Pirate. Who else? Hell, I'll take Shane. I could take Shane Beamer with the way Beamer's recruiting.
But let me ask
Kelly.
You,
Brian Kelly.
If you had
Brian Kelly,
if you're
telling me that you'd rather have Mark Stoops over Brian Kelly?
Yes. If you had to start a program today, you're telling me you would rather have the damn Sasquatch over Mark Stoops.
The Sasquatch. Who's the Sasquatch? I don't understand your reference.
Mike Leach. Not Mike Leach.
Oh, well, I like Mike Leach anyway. So, I mean, I'd want him there just for his press conferences. So, I mean, Mark Stoops' press conferences are shithole conferences. I don't, if I'm going to start a program, I want to be entertained. Mark Stoops doesn't entertain.
So you want to be entertained and not win games?
Are you implying that hold on just a second. Mark Stoops wins games.
Yeah,
he does win
His
games.
press conferences are boring.
Yeah, but you've also got the Pirate. He wins games.
Has he won games in the SEC yet?
What was the record for Kentucky last season?
A few. He beat Kentucky's ass.
Or 10-3.
So you were 10-3 last year. Did you beat Mississippi State?
We had a better record than Mississippi State. We won more games.
Did you beat Mississippi State last season, sir?
Did you beat NC State?
What?
Once again, this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about the coaches there. You went and got your ass handed to you, 31-17. Take your fucking ass home. With this cowbell.
I am talking about coach as well. So you saying Dave Dorn's better than Dabo because he beat him last year?
No, I'm not saying Dave Dorn's better than Dabo.
So your logic is flawed.
Your logic is not flawed. Look, I understand that before you leave the house every day, you have to get a fresh set of knee pads because Coach Stoops doesn't like your knees dirty when you're down there, and you have to defend Coach Stoops to the end of time. But the reality is that I would rather have. There are 5 coaches in the SEC I'd rather have than him. I'm sorry.
I enjoyed his Mike Leach's when they left the somebody recorded his post game rant in the locker room many years ago at Texas Tech. He said, I tell you what you do. You sit around here and you pat yourself on the damn back and say, oh, we won 10 games last year. We won 10 games. He said, you didn't make that fucking play. Michael Crabtree made that fucking play. Okay? You didn't do shit. Have you ever seen that?
Look,
yeah,
here's
my
thing.
I'm gonna start cutting some motherfuckers.
Yeah, and I'll give you that, but it's hard for me to say that I am going to go with a guy that is 6 games over 500 in his career in 112 games. That's who I want coaching my fucking team, a guy that's 6 games over 500.
Yeah, well, what you're failing to look
what am I failing
at
to
is
see
that he
here?
took a team from basically the ashes. Basically, we took a team that was losing to Vanderbilt consistently.
He won 2 games one year.
Say again?
Here's what I will do. I will take the coach that is 150 and 103 in his career. I'll take that coach over the coach that's 6 games over 500. Your move,
but
sir.
that's counting his time at like Valdosta State and like.
No, sir. He never coached at Valdosta State, Texas Tech,
You want to bet he
Washington
didn't coach
State.
at Valdosta State?
Are you talking about Mark Stoops? I don't know where the fuck he coached before he went there. Some hillbilly college. I don't know.
Mike Leach.
I've got Mike Leach. No, I mean from 2000 he coached at Texas Tech till 2009. He coached at Washington State until 2019, then 2 years at Mississippi State. That's what I'm looking at from sportsreference.com. At major schools, he is 150 and 103. That is better than 59 and 53.
Okay. So
is
we're
math
going by
hard for you guys?
And when he played in the watered down Pac-12. Now the Big 12 was pretty good when he was in the Big 12 for a few years, but he played in the watered down Pac-12 where there was no real USC. USC is falling off, and Mario Cristobal got there towards the end of his tenure at Oregon.
Okay, let me make sure that we were on the same footing here. I don't give a fuck. I'm taking him over fucking Stoops.
Oregon only had one down year there when they had what's his face? What's the fucker that got fired from Florida State?
Yeah, Willie Taggart. Yeah.
Yeah, he coached there for 1 year.
I respect what Coach Stoops has done because let's be honest, you're right. Kentucky was a shithole, and no one gave a fuck about football up there. And he went up there and made some folks care. I'll give you that. But in reality, I'd rather have. I mean, it's not even close. Saban. I don't like Smart, but I'd take Smart over Stoops. Smart, Brian Kelly, Lane Kiffin, the Pirate. I mean, all 5. I mean, that's great coaches right there.
Josh Heupel.
Okay, I don't know about Josh Heupel.
Here's my problem.
Josh Heupel looks like the beef with AIDS.
Exactly. And Heupel and Kiffin are in a similar boat to me for this reason. They both play such a high tempo up tempo offense that they completely fuck their defenses. Like, you literally have to be so deep on defense to play for Tennessee or Kiffin and be successful.
It's not really fair to mock Tennessee's defense last year because the majority of them left when old Coach Pruitt decided to leave after he stuffed enough McDonald's bags. Their defense was a shithole. So that's not really fair. You have to give Heupel credit for taking a bunch of guys that, like Hendon Hooker was politely asked to leave Virginia Tech. I mean, he was, get the fuck out of here. And they managed to pluck him and turn him into possibly an all-conference type quarterback. I mean, he's definitely in the top 4 as far as SEC quarterbacks. You can bet on him to win the Heisman. So there's that.
But the point still remains, like they hang their defense out to dry.
Hey, but what does that have to do? I mean, Stoops can't put together an offense that's worth a fuck ever.
What are you talking about? His offensive coordinator just got hired to go coach for Sean McVay.
Do you really think the Kentucky offense has been worth a shit under Stoops? Because we can look up the stats, sir, if you really want to go. I bet they would they finish in the SEC last year for total offense. Do you know?
They finished with 10 wins. I don't know off the top of my head.
Jesus. You know what? God. You're killing me, dude. You're killing me.
I'm just killing you with facts, sir? Rob.
You have not spit one fact out here. You've spit an enormous amount of horse poo. That's what you spit tonight.
No. I just told you a fact that we won 10 ball games last year. That's a complete fact.
That's great.
That's
Lane Kiffin won 10 ball games last year. How that? I guess we have. You don't want him out there, right?
Get your popcorn out.
Yeah, get your popcorn out. He still won 10 fucking games. Alabama won 10 games.
Yeah.
Played for the national title. So there. I mean,
Georgia won 10 games.
Yeah.
We were one of 4 teams in the SEC.
Brian Kelly
to
won
win
10 games last year. Brian Kelly won 10
Yeah,
games
at Notre
last year.
Dame.
Yeah, but still he won 10 games.
Absolutely.
Played.
He only game he
The
lost to
hardest team on his
Cincy.
schedule was Cincinnati.
He won 10 games. You really want to come at me with that, with Kentucky's schedule for last year and the shithole?
Cincinnati, Kentucky hasn't played a Power 5 team other than Louisville since Jimmy originally cracked corn.
What
does that matter?
The point is that your non-conference schedule sucks, and you lean and think that, hey, we got to win over Mizzou, and we're awesome. Then you square off with the Pirate, and you get your dick kicked in. That's what happens to Kentucky.
Well, actually,
the Pirates still running around with Kentucky dick hair.
I think it was because they lost to Georgia. I think Georgia, in effect, beat them twice.
Hey, do you have one of those T-shirts where it says "We scored on Georgia"? Because I heard Kentucky fans, that's what you guys were excited about. We scored on that Georgia defense. Yay!
Hey, did Clemson score on the Georgia defense? I don't remember.
They scored 2 field goals.
Yeah,
Please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me like Kentucky's on the level that Clemson's at. You sir, are not invited.
Clemson's fallen off the level.
Why don't you just read your talking points? It was the same shit. Deshaun Watson's leaving. They're not going to be worth the fuck. Chad Morris is leaving. They're not going to be worth the fuck. Same shit. Clemson wins 10 games every single year.
Actually, sir, everyone knew after, Deshaun Watson left, and then you had Kelly Bryant for a few years, but everybody knew after you got Trevor Lawrence.
No. Kelly Bryant for 1 season. Not for years.
That's what I said. And he took you to the playoffs.
And they went to the playoffs. Same thing.
Yeah, and then the next year they lied to him and he left.
Yeah.
But jackpot with the
This is a giant cock.
Everybody knew you were going to be good with Sunshine.
Yeah.
Now you have some terrible guy that, he's just completely awful, and a freshman.
Brock says when DJ leaves, Clemson won't be a. Holy shit, Brock. All right. Well, is there anything else that you would like to say here as we roll along? Because all we've got is that you like polishing that old Stoops dome. That's all we got from you.
Hey, is Dabo got anybody else on the transfer portal yet?
Oh, that's another one, Rob. Who'd you take between Sam Pittman and Stoops?
That's a toss-up. I don't know. I question Stoops because he went to a shithole like Kentucky, so obviously he has decision-making problems. If that's where you had to go to get to make
Arkansas had way more football tradition than Kentucky.
Yeah. Arkansas had damn Danny Ford there. Danny Ford left the national championship team to go coach Arkansas.
They had Houston nut on her face.
Yeah. They did have Chad Morris.
They had a quarterback named Casey Dick. Oh, shit. Anything else, sir?
I think that's about it.
All right. Well, appreciate it, man. Make sure you polish the balls and move them to the right. Have a good night. All right. There you go. Final call for calls, 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905.
Is that one kid's name, Ryan Mallett? You remember him?
Yeah, Ryan Mallett was pretty good. Played for the Patriots.
He wore our ass out.
Well, Arkansas. Remember when Arkansas was really good? That's when they were on the South Carolina schedule, and then all of a sudden Arkansas turns to shit, and the SEC's like, "Fuck it, we're gonna make Texas A&M their yearly opponent now."
Yeah, I remember when we went out. Yeah, I remember Connor Shaw went out there. It was either 2012 or 2013. Beat them I don't know. It was 52-7 or something.
Right, and then the next year they're off the schedule.
Yeah.
You guys would have had an extra SEC win for a fucking while. But no, it's Texas A&M. Bluegrass Sports Media says Kentucky's better than all SEC programs besides Georgia. You know what, Jackpot? We're talking about bold predictions this evening. I hope that South Carolina mud stomps Kentucky. Just so I don't have to do anything else.
You know what they have done? Yeah, everybody's like, well, you know, what the human baked potato did up there is just absolutely fantastic and blah, blah, blah. If you want to look at it, South Carolina fell off about the time that they started, you know, getting a little better. South Carolina had fallen off. Tennessee was in the middle of, they had fell off, and then they got a little better for a couple of years there with old life champion dude, and then they got shitty again. Vanderbilt's always sucked. Florida has been, Florida's been up and down. I mean, they went to shit under Muschamp, and then McElwain, won a couple of SEC East championships when Georgia was down. But and Dan Mullen had some good seasons the first couple of years he was there. They've just been in the right place at the right time to take advantage of this. Yeah, remember last year they beat LSU. They pushed their doo-doo in. Everybody was like, oh, my God, did you see that? You see what Kentucky did to LSU? LSU fucking sucked. I mean, they won, 5 fucking games last year. And hell, they went on the road to Mississippi State. They actually got obliterated. Georgia obliterated them. I mean, they lost to fucking Tennessee.
So, here's the thing. Last season, what was it? They beat up on Monroe, beat them pretty senseless. Oh, damn it. But hold on, let me look at this here because I want to make sure that I get it right. Because there was the way that schedule put out there. They beat Louisiana Monroe 45-10. They held on at Mizzou to win 35-28. That was not a very good Mizzou team.
That was a home game.
It was a home game. My bad. It was at home, and they barely held on there. Then they're at home. They almost got beat by the Snake.
Almost.
They go to South Carolina, and they win by 6 in Shane Beamer's first year there. They went over a Florida team that turned out to be a shithole. LSU was a shithole. They go to Georgia, and they get pumped there, but they did score. We'll give them that. The Pirate hit them in the face, winning 31-17. They lost to Tennessee. That offense that supposedly leaves the defense out there. Yeah, they burnt the shit out of that Kentucky defense that night, 45-42. They did beat Vanderbilt and New Mexico State, and they won by 31 over Louisville. So there's that. I'm not impressed. All right, final call this evening. Come on. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
Hey, it's Big Barney Ross. I just wanted to point out one thing that Bluegrass Media forgot to mention. Mark Stoops has his own line of bourbon. And he's got Cash Daniels as the front spokesman for TARR, T-A-R-R bourbon. And no other head coach out there has their own line of wait.
Shut up. You're lying.
His wife
has his own bourbon?
The company. But Mark Stoops still gets the royalties from his own line of bourbon. And nobody else has that.
Are you bullshitting me, or what is the name of the bourbon company? Seriously.
TARR.
Like tar? Like tar on a roof?
Yes, sir. And TARR. And you'll see Cash Daniels holding the bottle of it. He's the front man for that bourbon. Him and Stoops together. Technically, his wife actually owns the company because she won it in a divorce. But Stoops is still getting the royalties off of it. So you can look that up. And we do have that going for us now.
Respectfully, hold on.
Shithole program.
Yeah.
But we're a winning shithole program at the current. And nobody has gone to jail, and we don't have any indictments in the last month. So we do have that going for us.
No indictments, no coaches beating their wives or any of that. Okay. But respectfully,
new year, new me, right?
Well, that's fine. But do you really want Cash Daniels fucking being the front man for anything that you do other than running a strip club?
Well, Rodriguez. And, you know,
fucking guy.
the brain stuff here, we're talking, you know.
Cash Daniels isn't exactly a good person. R
is the name of the bourbon. Now, I'm a big bourbon drinker, and I like bourbon, but I don't know if I can bring myself to drink tar.
Have you tried it?
That's their label.
Have you tried it?
No, like I said, I don't know if tar. I mean,
what a horrible name.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know how you have any
y'all
investors
research
for
that
that.
a little bit, and I'm Big Barney Ross. I'm gonna get off here, but no other coach has their own line of bourbon. Y'all think about it. I'm out here.
Thank you, Big Barney Ross. God damn it. That's one way to look at it. All right, Jackpot. Well, it's been a fun show. We'll be back at it on Sunday. Do you have anything else you'd like to add, sir?
No, I don't. Just hope that everyone has a good rest of your week. Go Gamecocks.
All right, guys. And with that,
This is a giant cock.